The euro currency opens today just below 104, but rallies mid-morning, getting north of 105 briefly before closing out the session near 104.75. Now, the Eurozone did print slightly lower inflation than last month, but slightly higher than expectations, so sort of a wash there. But ultimately, seeing this week's ECB meeting pricing in a 25 basis point cut and still a possibility of one later on in April. Obviously, a lot of that could change over time, but clearly the market looking to wane off some of these rate cuts that we've seen from the ECB that help to push the euro higher into the afternoon. Obviously, the dollar, which has been stuck in a 106 to 108 range in the dollar index going back to February 12th when we heard Mr. Powell speak to Congress, hasn't seen much movement. So it isn't about a dollar trade today. It's more about the euro ultimately seeing it rally up to 105 before closing out at 104.75 higher to start the week. Now, what does this mean for volatility? Well, check out that CVOL index over at cmegroup.com. And as we approach this ECB meeting and increased uncertainties, whether economic or geopolitical, volatility is moving higher, and it has been over the last week or so. Lastly, let's talk about positioning. What are speculators doing? Well, as of last Tuesday, speculators were exiting their net short positions, and it was a big exit. Over the last several weeks or months, we've talked about how they've been slowly creeping higher, getting out of those net short positions, but no significant changes. Well, this week we saw a very significant change as we saw speculators exiting those net short positions. Even though the euro is pretty much unchanged from where it was last Tuesday, even slightly lower, ultimately seeing a little bit of risk coming off the table. So as we start out the week and the month, we see the euro rallying up to 105 before closing out at 104.75 ahead of this week's key ECB meeting.